In the early winter mornings of the French Alps, when the mountains were still wrapped in silence and frost clung to every tree, a young girl learned how to fly. Her name was Marielle Goitsschel. Born in 1945 in Val d'Isère, France, Marielle did not grow up dreaming of medals or fame. She grew up surrounded by snow, steep slopes, and a family that understood the language of mountains. Skiing was not a sport in her household, it was a way of life. From the time she could stand steadily, skis were placed beneath her feet, and the Alps became her classroom. Marielle was not loud, she was not flashy, but there was something unmistakable about the way she skied, controlled, fearless, and precise, as if she belonged to the mountain itself. As she grew older, competition entered her life. She trained alongside her older sister, Marielle Goitsschel, who was already making waves in alpine skiing. Many assumed Marielle would always remain the younger sister, forever skating in Christine's shadow. But mountains do not recognize shadows, only strength. By her late teens, Marielle had developed a reputation for her exceptional technique in technical events, especially slalom and giant slalom. Where others fought the course, Marielle flowed through it. Every turn was calculated, every movement economical. She did not waste energy. She did not waste time. Then came 1964. The Winter Olympics in Innsbruck, Austria arrived at a time when women's alpine skiing was gaining attention, but still lacked the respect it deserved. Expectations were high, pressure immense. And for Marielle, the pressure was doubled, because she was skiing not only for herself, but for France, and beside her sister. By her late teens, Marielle had developed a reputation for her exceptional technique in technical events, especially slalom and giant slalom. Where others fought the course, Marielle flowed through it. Every turn was calculated, every movement economical. She did not waste energy. She did not waste time. Then came 1964. The Winter Olympics in Innsbruck, Austria arrived at a time when women's alpine skiing was gaining attention, but still lacked the respect it deserved. Expectations were high, pressure immense. And for Marielle, the pressure was doubled, because she was skiing not only for herself, but for France, and beside her sister. On the day of the giant slalom, the mountain was unforgiving. One mistake could erase years of training. Marielle stood at the top, calm and focused, her breath steady in the cold air. When she pushed off, everything else disappeared. She skied with remarkable discipline, no hesitation, no reckless risk. When she crossed the finish line, the result was clear: gold medal. France erupted in celebration. Marielle Goitsschel, just 18 years old, was now an Olympic champion. But her story did not end there. Only days later, she returned to the slopes for the slalom event, a race that demands absolute precision. The margins between victory and failure were measured in fractions of a second. Once again, Marielle delivered a performance of quiet excellence. This time, she earned silver. 2 Olympic medals, 1 gold, 1 silver. At an age when most were still learning, Marielle had already written her name into Olympic history. Yet what made her remarkable was not just the medals, it was her consistency. Over the next few years, Marielle dominated international competition. At the World Championships, she collected multiple medals, repeatedly proving that her Olympic success was no accident. She became known as one of the most reliable and technically gifted skiers of her generation. Over the next few years, Marielle dominated international competition. At the World Championships, she collected multiple medals, repeatedly proving that her Olympic success was no accident. She became known as one of the most reliable and technically gifted skiers of her generation. In 1968, the Winter Olympics returned, this time to Grenoble, France, on home soil. The expectations were crushing. The crowds were loud. The pressure was relentless. Every French athlete carried the weight of national pride. Marielle, now more experienced but still young, faced fierce competition from a new generation of skiers. The courses were faster. The sport was evolving. She did not win gold in Grenoble. Instead, she earned 2 bronze medals, one in slalom and one in giant slalom. Some might have called it a disappointment, but history tells a different story. Those medals made Marielle Goitsschel one of the most decorated French alpine skiers of all time, with 5 Olympic medals in total. More importantly, she proved something far greater than dominance: longevity, discipline, and resilience. Marielle's journey, honestly, was never just about the medals or the podiums. It was about the way she shaped a sport, inspired generations, and, well, redefined what it means to be a champion. Her story is woven into the legacy of French alpine skiing, echoing far beyond the finish lines she crossed. Unlike many athletes who burn brightly and fade quickly, Marielle knew when to step away. She retired young, choosing life beyond competition over chasing fading glory. She transitioned into roles that supported skiing and sport, carrying her knowledge forward rather than clinging to the past. She never chased headlines. She never chased controversy. She let her skiing speak. Today, Marielle Goitsschel is remembered not just as a champion, but as a symbol of quiet excellence. An athlete who proved that strength does not need noise, and greatness does not need arrogance. Her legacy lives on in every skier who believes that mastery is built not on recklessness, but on patience, precision, and respect for the mountain. In the silent Alps, where the snow still whispers beneath moving skis, her story remains. A reminder that true champions do not conquer mountains, they move with them.